Hello, and welcome into the dungeon, a stream hosted by the Manga Kissa where me and my friends play Dungeons and Dragons, where we follow their characters through the world as they embark on an epic adventure. Previously, our heroes had completed a job and found themselves in Autumna, with some time to spare. So Lavier spent some time studying, Leon had a little date, Arceus had a little bout with Marshall, Brenna spent time learning a new skill, and finally Eyre spent her time distracting herself from the approaching night. In the end, the big day came, and Eyre had to face her past once again. When Eyre finally laid eyes upon Arnalore, she suffered a panic attack as a thought in her head screamed out, seemingly calling out to this person in front of her. And as the world returns to normal, Eyre, you momentarily come out of this state of absolute, complete panic. Do you do anything?
No. Panicking, I suppose.
Okay. You see Arnalore's blue eyes look at you, and you see a troubled expression. You can't tell whether she's relieved, anxious, angry, or something else entirely. She steps in, puts her right hand to her left shoulder, and gives a knightly bow, first to Lily and then to you. She puts her weapons to the side of the room, but never removes her sword on the hip. I thank you for providing me with the opportunity to speak with Miss Galeth, Miss Whitefeather, and contacting me about the opportunity. I am in your debt. I should formally introduce myself again. My name is Arnalore. I am an envoy of the Duanai family and the direct knight bodyguard to Lord Matthias Duanai and Lady Relea Eyre. It is an honor to meet you. And Lily responds, nice to meet you again, Arnalore. You can have the space for as long as you wish. Would you mind me being present? And Arnalore takes a look at you, Eyre, giving you the decision. What do you say?
Well, I mean, I trust Lily with my life, so you can stay.
Very well. And as Lily gestures towards the two chairs she has set up and puts down another for herself, still in full armor, Arnalore sits down. Miss Galeth, Eyre. No doubt Miss Whitefeather has told you about why I came looking for you. Momentarily there is an ongoing investigation about your disappearance from the household after Lady Celine was killed. It is helmed by Lady Eyre. They are under the impression you masterminded the murder in order to lawfully wed into the family and hold rights to the inheritance. Your leave on the night of the murder after it was discovered solidified their beliefs. I wish to hear your defense. And you can see that Arnalore is watching you with a very cold, icy glare.
Well, they are fools, they are, and that's exactly why I had to go.
Fools
The people there don't care about friendship. They don't care about relationships. They only care about getting up the ladder, being important. Lady Celine and I were the best of friends. Why would I ever kill her? But nobody ever listened to her, or to me, in that regard. I have no intention of ever killing anyone. I didn't do it. But I knew that if I stayed, they would not have believed me, and I would have been rotting in jail or worse right now.
You do know that I have been sent here to capture you and put you in for arrest, right?
I wasn't told. I was told we would be able to talk.
Well, it would be rude to arrest someone in the house of another. I have trouble believing the entire situation. I am looking for what the truth is. I wish to bring justice to the actual killer. Lady Celine was like my mother. She practically raised me as her own. Every night I am plagued by nightmares. The sight of the stabbing wounds to her neck and stomach. The bloodied hands of me holding her dead body. This killer needs to be brought to justice. And you see her fists are clenched, the knuckles white from the force. I owe a great deal to Lady Arnalore. Where I fell short, she was able to comfort Lord Matthias and ease his mind. I have appointed a new knight as their bodyguard, and I left to find you.
So that's it then.
Do you wish to prove your innocence? You're
I'm
quite
going to
adamant.
tell you right now, I didn't do it. I have not killed Lady Celine. And if I need to prove anything, I can do that. But who would listen?
Maybe it is not words we should look for. A murder always leaves evidence. And even given it is 2 months since this happened, there should be some evidence still left behind. People have seen things we can puzzle and find out.
Very well. But I want to warn you. I am just a lowly fortune teller. Harmless. Crazy. Maybe some people even call me insane. I can imagine. I can imagine that they won't be happy to see me, and they won't hear me out.
I think the moment they see you, you are dragged off in chains. I think we should adopt a different strategy. I am not above deception to find out the truth of this matter.
All right. Then I think we have an arrangement.
Do we need to get anything of this in writing?
Perhaps. Maybe Miss Lily can help with that.
Well, I did pick up a few tricks from a friend. She goes behind her desk, picks up a few scraps of parchment, and together you form an arrangement written down that Arnalore is not to arrest you, to cooperate with you, and leave you freely be, if you agree to the terms to solve the murder in any way you can. If not, she is free to put you in chains there and then, and drag you off to the cells. Do you agree to that?
It's a miracle that I have At my 2 months of nothing, I suppose. I shall agree. However, I have to inform my friends. They are here in this town having a good time. They might be able to help.
Do they know of me?
I don't think I told anyone, right?
I think if everyone's having like 3 weeks of downtime, you would have mentioned that you'd be meeting someone. Whether
Yeah, I
you've
think
told
something like that,
who
yeah.
is up to you.
Maybe someone can chime in.
Well, who would you have told?
Yeah, I think it was more of general. Yeah, in 3 weeks I have to meet someone. Good luck, everyone.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Exactly.
I don't think you would have told Zolivia, would you? Like, specifically.
No, I don't think I told anyone. Only Lily knew.
Okay, so no one knows you are meeting this person.
Well, I mean, we might know that they are meeting someone, but probably not the context.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the circumstances under which they're meeting, I suppose.
Okay, so you convey this. Well, that is going to make introductions slightly more awkward than I'd like, but we'll get through it. Anyway, I thank you for cooperating. I hope we find who did this.
I sincerely hope that whoever is responsible will rot.
I don't think they're going to rot for very long. Hell tends to burn.
Rotten hell, bitch!
Bonding over here for our hatred for this unknown person.
just Brenna somewhere in the background out of nowhere. Anyway,
Yeah.
with the conclusion of this conversation, unless you'd like to talk about anything else, can you give me a persuasion check?
Oh, I closed my roll 20.
Whoops!
How dare you?
So that's a no.
Big oof.
You said
Okay.
persuasion, right?
Yes, because you were trying to persuade this knight.
Well,
The-
bit wobbly in the knees, eh? Got like a panic attack. Right?
It's appropriate. So in the context of this, you still work together. Like that's the base of this. But you do feel that she's still very much on the fence of not knowing whether you did it or not, and she's keeping an eye out for you.
Oh, that's fine.
So is there anything you would like to add to this conversation?
Not at the moment. I think the more interesting conversations will happen when we gather everyone. So let's move on.
Hey, hello. It's Leon.
Yes.
I had a paracetamol and I'm feeling a lot better already. Holy shit.
Hey.
It's
nice.
a miracle. So
The
I think
miracle
I would
of
like to
science.
do a thing if that's all right.
In a moment,
Okay.
if you're okay.
Yeah.
So as the conversation concludes, Arnalore stands up, and Lily calls out, "James, if you would." And within moments, the Devil Butler appears in the doorframe. Yes? Would you please follow me to the waiting room, Miss Arnalore? And she nods, gives you a last glance, and then follows out the door to the waiting room. So, how are you feeling?
I guess it's no longer time to run, eh?
The past never forgets. But are you really okay? I thought I saw something when she walked in.
Let's just say, have you ever had the feeling that there's someone screaming at you from a realm beyond? I cannot explain the sensation, but actually I'm not feeling very well. I could use some water.
I've had someone talk to me in my head. She looks at you. And within like a minute you get a glass of water handed to you by the butler, who just kind of walks in like, "Here, there you go."
Thank you.
You do worry me. There's something fishy going on, and I don't like
Argius?
Yes, that also.
Yes, also Argius.
I have a bad feeling, but I have become stronger over the last month or two. It's time to stand up and, I guess, face them and solve whatever has happened on that fateful night 2 months ago.
You, if you truly didn't do it, which I don't believe, it's going to be fine. You'll find who did it, excuse me. Your friends of the Judge of Death clergy, do they have the ability to speak to the dead? Because that might be interesting for your quest.
Ooh, I don't know actually, but they might know something.
Consider it. I know the ability is out there, I can't do it. But you might be able to get some answers from it.
Alright, I will ask them. First.
I think they might be opposed to that. Considering it's been 2 months, they would need to dig up a body, and they might be opposed to that.
Oh yeah, they're not doing that.
But consider the thought. If nothing else, there should be clues hidden throughout. You're a smart gal. Use that brain of yours.
Thanks, and thank you for your warm welcome in the city. I will miss you.
You always have a place. If you're ever in danger, just let me know.
Yes, thank you.
And As you turn to leave, Lily grabs you by the arm and pulls you close. Eyre, please, be careful who you surround yourself with. 2 of your companions draw their power from very questionable sources. The moment Salavier walked in, I noticed something off about him. Something that sent a chill down my spine. Be careful, I don't want to end up burying a friend. Leon's case might be even worse. Not only because he is house to something dangerous, but he thinks he knows what it is, and even more foolish, he thinks he can overpower it. Something inside is consuming him.
I have noticed. And I have seen Xalavier in my dreams and visions, and you know that's not a good thing. Blood on his rapier. Laughing in front of a corpse. I told Brenna and she said that it was normal. And now we're off solving a murder. What could go wrong?
I've known people that laughed at death. Not many like this. It's a bad omen.
But
Very
somehow
careful.
these people somehow accepted me and my strange ways, and I can trust them. Although Leon I'm not too sure about, but he's young, you know, he'll grow into it.
Leon's a bit of a kid, still. He reminds me of many students that came in here and tried to do the exact same thing he did. He'll grow out of it, but it takes time.
Again,
Right.
thank you, Lily.
Take care. Really. And with a final hug, she lets you go. As the knight in the waiting room has not taken a seat, did take a cup of coffee, and is ready to go. And she leads you, or you lead her outside through the university, actually. Because she's newer to this town than you are. And with that, Leon, I think you wanted to do something.
Yeah, I have a thing. I hope it won't take too long, so I'm gonna slightly push through. Leon would like to actually find Argius. And Argius, if you tell me where you're found, then that would be wonderful.
You will find me mostly studying the books in the library in the city.
Yeah, oddly enough, so Leon approaches you and is like, "Hey, Argius, I know this is weird, but..."
Okay, question. Can you roll a perception first?
Oh, sure, if you want a perception. Leon's not good at it, though. That's
No.
7. Oh, no, wait, I got an
You
18.
don't notice.
Oops.
What, like? 18. You notice that Argius is looking up a book of, like, demonic creatures. Something about that.
So there's a picture in it, you say?
There are pictures, like sketches.
Is this the creature we talked about?
It
You can give a bit more of a description if you'd like.
Well, I don't know if he was paging through it or is on the page, but I hope this book contains it.
Yeah,
Your call, DM.
it would be a page with like a picture.
Yeah.
Or else Leon wouldn't know.
Can you describe the creature, maybe? That's the
Describe the
sketch down
creature.
there.
So the creature you see drawn, and it is a somewhat of a impression / schematic. Like this is not a very what you call biologically accurate picture. Very likely due to it being a dangerous creature, but it looks very much like a fish type kind of creature with 6 tentacles. One of which ends in a very long fin with a few, we call it the fins on its back. Tentacles, it has 3 singular eyes right over top each other, so in a single line, over its gaping jaw. And that is about what you see. Leon
that's
has
pretty
no
scary
idea what
shit.
creature. Leon has no idea what this creature is.
No, of course not.
So
Yeah, do you have some time for me? Because I don't know who I'm supposed to turn to except for you.
Argius just like loses his focus on his work and like looks up at Leona. Oh wait, didn't expect you.
Yeah, I know.
Take a seat. I may have some drinks. I can make you a drink.
I would honestly prefer to go somewhere a little bit more private.
Do you mind my chambers then?
Oh, that's fine.
Can
As long as you don't have some weird seaweed thing hanging around, then I'm good.
It's just a normal chamber. I didn't have time to personalize it.
Oh, okay.
So, DM, can I borrow books from this library?
As you are not a student of this school, you're not allowed to take books with you outside the university, but anywhere within university grounds is fair game.
So, can I lay it at the reception desk and say I want to come back for it later?
You can very well do that.
So when we go to my chambers, I bring the book there. I ask the lady if I could come back for it later, and then we leave for the inn where we're sleeping. I think that's the most private quarters I can think of.
There are rooms in the university which are specifically meant for students to use for study, which would be a private room.
I mean, that works for me.
If that works for you, then we can do that. Then we can just stay.
That's
in the
it. Then
library.
we don't have to walk that much.
Let's just do that. So we enter a study room. I still leave the book out there. I just want I don't want to take it with me everywhere. And I close the door. I sit down. And
Leon follows suit.
Yeah.
So, hey, I know this is weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I have never really clicked that well. But you're a good guy, right?
Well, yeah. Well, generally, yes.
Okay. So, hey, I just
want
want
to stare.
I just want to tell you something and maybe have your opinion on it, but yeah, I just need to tell someone, you know?
Sure, go ahead.
So yesterday something happened and I don't know if I like it. And I don't know what to do about it.
Argius raises a brow. So tell me, what's going on? I mean, I've seen Brenna hanging around a lot with you. Is something about that?
So Lily had this little concocted scheme which kind of forced me to talk about something with Brenna that I really didn't want to talk about. But it's there now, and I don't know how to feel.
So, you talked about something with Brenna you actually didn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
And okay, let me just ask a straight question first. You may answer it as you like.
Sure.
What do you think about Brenna? I mean, I've seen her around. I can tell my experiences with her, but
Brenna's a
just tell me.
fine gal, but she's very sweet, and I'm very much not. And I've told her that whatever she was pursuing with me, that she had to drop it. Because I'm only gonna get her killed. It's the only thing that's gonna happen.
Oh, well, that sounds like heavy stuff. Can I, DM, can I roll an insight for what I know about Brenna? Because I don't talk a lot to Brenna.
Insight about
About
what?
Yeah, her stance in life, like how she's brought up and how she acts like to the world, like naive or experienced or something like that.
I think that's actually a question for Brenna. So Brenna,
Sorry, what was the question?
I want to know about what I can deduce about your stance in life, how you're like, if you're a bit naive or like very experienced or something like that. I want to know like what Arceus would want you to know and not.
Put it simply, this adventure is the first time she's left the church, or
Yes.
the clergy she comes from.
And
So she's
yeah.
very naive about the whole world in that sense.
I would say that I would have noticed that about her during travels. Like, I know how an experienced fighter looks, how an inexperienced adventurer looks. I mean,
Yeah,
with
exactly.
my age,
So-
I would be able to tell the difference easily.
And you could also probably lean into she's very much still quite young and somewhat childlike in her behavior.
Yeah, it doesn't help being a halfling. That makes it even more like that. So, okay, so I turn to Leon. So, Brenna, to me, seems like she's been sheltered her whole life. Like, she doesn't know the world yet. And you, Leon, I think you've seen too much of the world. The world can be a cruel place, like just like my place. Back when I was young, and even now, there were peaceful times when the world was beautiful and we could just swim around being all fishies. But sometimes times were cruel and things from the depths came for us. And my experience with Brenna is she hasn't seen that much, so I think whatever is wrong, you should just be kind to her for a bit. I think that's the best. But she should also, at some point, learn that the world could be cruel and could be a dangerous place. I think that's my opinion on it. Like, I don't know a lot about the party. Nobody actually tells a lot. I mean, Eyre is very secretive. You, Xalavier, is sometimes a bit weird to me. Like, sometimes he is just like the best fellow, and other times he can be like almost cruel. And sometimes it's just difficult to all navigate it. And Brenna is a tiny speck of happiness in the party.
Let's keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Argus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you ever want to talk about your experience with the world, I've seen a lot. Like, I've been on guard duty. I've met a lot of people, seen a lot of people like getting killed or getting treated unjustly. I'm always here to listen. I'm not here to judge.
Really, thank you. That helped a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You wanna do like my guy's handshake with me?
Sure. Just show me how do you do that? I've learned the box earlier from
Right.
Marshall.
Yeah. Well, what we do is it's like a handshake, but you just touch the back of each other's hands. That's it.
All
That's all
right.
that it is.
And then I do the man's handshake.
Oh yeah, Leon does it back. Hey, I'm
That's
gonna
Let's just sometimes take a beer together or something. Or
absolutely.
whatever
How
you
about
like.
tonight?
After my studies, I should have some time. I'm
Okay,
really
great.
trying to get this magic. It's weird and unfamiliar.
I mean, good luck. I'm not gonna do it.
Sure. As I hope you get over it. Just take your time, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna look for Zalafier now. I think I'm gonna tell him about what happened.
Sure.
I think he'll appreciate it.
I think it's best. I mean, he seems really protective about Brenna. I think it's
Yeah,
better he just knows a bit about it. Maybe he would even trust you a little more.
I hope so.
Look, Leon, I know you can be a good man. Just try not to get yourself killed. I would hate to see you die.
I'll do my best. Just
Mhm.
I'm a little bit into parks, and when it comes to that,
I can understand. Well, so if you want to talk, if we can help you whenever, just ask. We are a party. We should be ready for each other and have each other's back. All right, I'm gonna
Right.
get back to my studies.
yeah, you do that.
Yeah. See you around.
See you around. See you tonight.
Yeah, sure.
So, pardon me.
It's okay. Take your time.
Leon will go try and find Salavier. If he's here.
Well, Zalavier, contrary to Argius, is basically honing his martial skills outside, getting his practice in. He's basically cycling through weapons,
Right.
trying to find the one that he feels most comfortable with. Seeing how he can magically generate them now.
So,
But for context, has Brenna spoken to me about it?
Wait. Yeah. Hello.
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 Yeah.
At least not that I remember.
Well, we
And I
haven't. We haven't role played it, but would she have?
Yeah, at some point, probably.
But before this meeting, yes or no?
I would guess so. Yeah. Yeah, because while Leon is taking Argius in as a confidant, basically about it, I'm guessing
You
Brenna
already
would...
have one.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, but I'm still wondering if she would go to Zalavier or if she would go to Eyre because she's the only other woman in the party. Like.
Yeah. No, I think she would still go to Zalavier about
Right.
it.
Cool. Okay.
So, Leon will approach and draws his sword and shield. So, Salavier, you doing all right?
I keep my eyes on the training dummy.
Yo, come on, do it with me. It's a little bit better. I can take a hit.
Duel with you.
Yeah, spar with me. Try some things out. Seen us change it once or twice.
You sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I haven't had a chance to fight you, and I would really like to, even if it's just for shits and giggles.
Well, personally, I'd prefer if it only is for shits and giggles, but one would ever know.
Alright, I'm not gonna take this serious, okay?
I might.
You might? Okay. So, as they start just, you know...
I conjure a mallet.
Okay. Leon will actually drop his shield. Just do the sword.
No, Leon, you have unparalleled bravado.
I mean, if I were to take this seriously, I would pick up the shield again. I'll let you know when I do, yeah?
Very well.
Leon will just do, like, half-assed attacks, mainly to the weapon itself. So Salavier, I wanted to tell you something.
Yes.
So,
I start like wailing on him, I guess.
oh shit, okay.
Do we need to roll anything for that? Is this like an actual spar? What are we doing?
Are you gonna make it an actual spar?
It's up to you.
That's what Leon asked for, right?
If you start really wailing on Leon will pick up his shield and do some things back. maybe like after 2 hits, you know. So yesterday I had a little thing happen, which made me have a big talk with Brenna. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah, I did. And I know you've always been on edge with the 2 of us, but I just want to let you know that that's over with.
So I've heard.
Alright, good.
And as much as I regret seeing Miss Nighthands in tears, might be for the better.
Yeah, it will be.
We've been rather sheltered, her and I. Never had many people to learn about a world with. A lot of people there we considered close to being our family, and I as I'm talking, like, I keep trying to strike him with the hammer, you know, like turning it around, swinging it behind me, like, you know, like trying to get some hits in, I guess. Like, not full force, but you know how you would spar with someone, I guess. Like, try to get a hit to be like, oh, I got you there, you know, like, kind of like the training that you used to do back in the church, I suppose, because you're not trying to hurt anyone. I told her this would work nothing like she would have hoped. The only type of romance she's ever heard of is both her parents and from the books she has read. Some pulp novels that was smuggled in.
Yo, she can read?
You do not become a clergyman without knowing how to read.
Oh, so you know how to read as well?
Well, yes. I'm not a clergyman, but yes.
I'm surrounded with people who can read. It's weird.
I put the head of the hammer down and I look at him. But you do not know how to read.
Oh, never learned it. Never went to school. Had to be on the street, trying to steal food and all that.
And is that just in any language or common specifically?
I can't read anything. I just know how to speak the languages I'm talking right now. And as you said, it's... I don't know why, but it's called common.
What is it you really wanted to do here? Ask for my approval?
No. Set your mind at ease. That's it.
Trust me, my mind has not been at ease at pretty much anything after I was visited by my god.
Whoa. Damn.
Being ignored for most of your life does that when you get acknowledged all of a sudden, I suppose.
Yeah. I can't keep mine out of my head.
You're what?
Oh, you know, the thing that, powers all my magic.
No, I do not.
So, I got this thing and it fuels my magic and, it's a struggle.
Right.
I don't really want to go into it that much.
I see. Well, as long as it decides not to fight us, then I suppose that it's okay.
I'm doing my best.
That's all I can ask of you.
Thank you for taking it so well.
Well, to be quite frank, I'd rather see you be apart than together.
I mean, it's fair.
I think this is the most amenable outcome for all of us.
I think so too. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if I ever do lose control, please kill me.
I swear it.
So, yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Care to elaborate?
I don't know. You can come with if you want, but I think I need Eyre.
I dissipate the Warhammer. Eyre?
Yeah,
I suppose I could join you, yes?
that'd be great.
Very well, let me get my affairs in order and then we shall set off, yes?
You want me to put it in my bag of holding? Just for now.
What?
Oh, any things you have that you don't want to carry?
Well, I just need to get my cloak and
Okay.
my affairs from the dressing room, I suppose.
Right.
It's easier to train without my full attire. So, I'll be right back.
Attire is good to train with, though. Get used to the heaviness of it.
Yes, but the armor I wear is not particularly heavy, so I'll be back shortly. And I get my things, and I come back pretty much immediately after.
Mm-hmm. And you go look for Eyre?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think you would know she's at the university meeting someone, so you can head there. Before that, two more small things. Argius, at the end of your 2 weeks of training, you declassed to Eldritch Knight.
Yes.
with the special modification we thought up.
Yep.
And Lily comes over to look at your book. Looks rather pleased. Come. And she takes you to a arena type structure within her house.
Mm.
Give me 5 minutes. And she leaves for a few minutes and comes back wearing a breastplate and a shield. And is already holding her staff. Now we gotta test out to see if it works. She
Ooh.
raises her shield. Come. And this is an opportunity for you to test out a few of Argius' spells.
Yes. Now, let me try some of those spells. I'm not just an Eldritch Knight, since my affinity with nature has made me a druidic Eldritch Knight. Which I didn't write the spells for, so can we do this later in the session, maybe?
Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm
keep
sorry,
this.
I thought I wrote them up, but I didn't, so I'm stupid.
I'll keep this character sheet open then for later.
Yeah. I
And
had
we'll
already
continue
chosen
on.
my spells, so it should take long.
Yeah. In the meantime, add them to your spellbook.
Yeah. I think that never
Uh,
happened.
Yes. And the final week of your training, you spend some time researching aboleths. You gain a documented understanding of some of their abilities, which include a disease that transforms one's lungs so they only function underwater,
Mm-hmm.
which for your people isn't that much of a problem, but for land dwellers would be a major disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
They are blazingly fast, able to take on large groups of enemy and fight on equal footing, and most stressing of all, the ability to mind control creatures indefinitely.
Yes. Is there a limit to the mind control? Can he only mind control one or groups?
You do not find that in your research.
Alright,
There is
so
too little information on that.
alright.
All the things you've heard or seen before in the battles your people have held with the aboleth before, nothing says anything about a slain aboleth returning to life. All of your research points towards a killed aboleth should stay dead.
Alright. I would have
So-
need to do more research. I can't write it all down. So can you compare it in my private channel?
Yeah, I'll give you a bullet point structure.
Yeah, thanks.
Secondly, Salafier, during one of the moments where you are alone in the chapter of Kalimvor in this city, a familiar brunette face wearing some scholarly robes and glasses walks in. You see him ask around, and one of the other clergymen points in your direction. And you see Merivis walk in your direction. Good afternoon, Salafier.
Merivis.
Yes. Me. I wanted to say something to you about something that happened a while ago when we were traveling together. I said some things you did not appreciate, and I've had some time to reflect on that, and I would like to formally apologize. I was out of line. It was truly meant as a compliment to you, but it fell down the wrong... No, it fell down the air hole, I think. And I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
Mervis, can I ask you a question?
Always.
You're human?
Yes?
Half-elf? What are you?
Human?
And have you grown up amongst humans?
Mostly.
Were your parents human?
Yes.
Was the city you grew up in predominantly human?
Well, I kind of grew up in a little farming village. Quite a few miles out of here, but mostly human, yes.
You see, I cannot... think that you would understand my predicament in that sense. You commenting on my skin color went down the wrong way, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is the only thing that people always notify me of. It is the only thing I ever get to hear. You are very brave. You are very cunning. You are very perceptive. You are very talented for a goblin. Imagine having to live with expectations that even though you try, you would never be able to accomplish. Just because they will not give you the merit of your accomplishments by grace of the color of your skin, the shape of your nose, or the girth of your ears. I have been treated different my entire life. I do not need other people affirmating that I am, in fact, different from what other people would perceive my kin as. So I accept your apology, but I would like to provide you a little bit more insight into why you offended me. I only thought it fair.
Yes. Thank you for your feedback on that. And as part of this apology, I would like to give you this. It's not much. And I don't know your tastes, but I hope you like it. And you get handed a small packet. And in it you find a varied arrangement of different kinds of chocolate. I hope you like it.
What is it?
Chocolate.
I give it a sniff.
Smells kind of strong. You know, truffle chocolate
Right. Okay.
has a very distinct smell.
Given the aroma, I'm going to guess that this is food.
Yes, it is meant as a snack.
Peculiar.
And here in Autumna, we hand it out to others and share amongst ourselves as a, sign of friendship or companionship.
Very well. I wrap
But
up the
it's your-
packet and I put it in my pack. I walk up to him
Mm-hmm.
and I stick out my hand.
He accepts your hand. And I presume shake it.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the intent, yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wasn't reaching my hand out to slap him,
I don't know. You could have.
could have done.
Yeah.
Was what I was gonna do. Yeah, I shake his hand.
Yes. Thank you. I hope this is a stepping stone to amends.
I mean, you've already demonstrated growth. You've talked to me directly. I've expected Lily to show up and apologize on your behalf. So, well done.
No. No, we did talk to it. She gave me the employer's berating. Rightfully so. I was in the wrong.
Right.
Yes. So, I will take my leave you be, and maybe we'll meet in the future. I'd ask one last thing.
Yes.
A small favor. I've been given a letter addressed to Leon, but I seem to be unable to locate him. You were traveling with him. Would you mind passing it on to him?
Yes, if I do manage to catch him, I'll sure to pass it on.
Okay, thank you. And he hands you a small letter that is heavier than you expect it to be.
Okay.
There's seemingly a coin in it.
Like, I can discern immediately that there's a coin in it?
Yeah, like it's a normal envelope
Yeah.
with a letter in it, and there's the shape of a slightly bigger than normal coin on it. So it's not like meant to pay with.
Yeah.
Seems more
No,
like
I
it
get
would
you.
be
Like
a
a decorative coin.
Yeah, like a token.
Right. Cool. Gotcha. Okay.
And he takes his leave, waves at you from the door, and disappears from your life for now.
Whooshy, 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 whooshy for the flashback. Whooshy, whooshy, Oh, yeah! By the way, Leon.
Yeah, what's up?
Metavis asked me to give you this.
No, what is it?
I haven't the foggiest. I presume it's some sort of token?
Can I have
It's
it?
in an envelope, so I have not peeked.
Can I have
It's
it?
not addressed to me. And I hand it over.
Leon looks at it. She does know I can't read, right? And then with his pinky, he just rips it open. Take the coin out.
Mm-hmm. You see that it is a golden colored coin. Let me get the text one moment.
Does it have like a letter with it?
There is a picture of a sun inscribed on it. So, like, forged into the coin itself, like how you would have, like, the king or a queen or another royal figure of status.
Oh, so like
This one has a sun.
It's etched into it.
Yeah.
Right, cool. But is there a note with it?
There is a note with it.
Does it have words on it?
It does have words on it.
Well, fuck's sake.
Give it here. I'll
I'll let her
for
read it
you.
herself.
What?
I'm going there anyway.
What is it? I doubted if Meravis came to give it to me, then it was from Eyre?
Do you really want to read it?
Well, I mean, it's not addressed to me, so it's unbecoming if I read it. Without your consent, of course.
You know what? Fuck it. Here, read it. Go for it.
Very well, I'll read it.
Okay, then let me personally text you the message on this, and then you can read it out loud.
Whoa!
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
I really wish I could give you this message personally, because, man, we messed up. I should have said something when you asked her out. No bad blood between us for asking her out. I know what kind of effect she can have on people. It didn't sit right with me that we treated you this way, so, bro, I am sorry. Truth is, and I know it's hard to believe, but Lily and I are quite the matchmakers. So much so that we didn't realize that it has become too much of a game for us. So thanks for the wake-up call. I hope I can make this right by offering you a favor of your choice. Be reasonable, though. I will say no if it's too weird. Make it something good. See you around, Marshall.
So
I presume that means something to you.
yeah, for you now as well.
Do I?
Yeah,
Is Marshall someone from Dawnhaven?
I don't know. Anyway, we're still going to and get Eyre.
Very well.
And by the way, you should maybe read books for like a living. You're really good at it.
Oh, thanks.
You really captured his essence.
Did I?
Yes.
I do not know this man, but I presume that's how he talks.
Yeah.
Well, look at that.
Sorry, but that's so funny. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay, I'll quiet down.
I have to admit I'm not quite familiar with many of these words, but I mean, I can read them.
Good enough, right?
I suppose so.
More than I can do.
Anyway,
Eyre.
yes. And we continue onwards to Eyre.
So, Argius, did you fix your spells by now?
Yes,
Or do you need some more time?
I
Okay.
have fixed my spells. Yes.
Okay, great. So,
Yes,
in the
Arena.
arena, Lily raises her shield and awaits your new skills.
All right. Can you fire a weak, like lower level elemental spell at me?
I can do something like that. And she takes a diamond and spins it in her hand, making it crackle with electric energy. And she shoots a chromatic orb at you
Right.
at first level.
Training time has begun. As
Do you dodge
some
it,
light in my eye flickers.
or do you take it?
Hmm? No,
Do you take it, or
I'm
do
gonna,
you try to dodge
I'm
it?
gonna use a reaction. As reaction, I cast this. At level 1, yeah.
Okay,
Absorb
let me roll one
element.
to be sure. That's not a crit. Okay. So you take 14 points of lightning damage, and with your absorb element skill, you half that to 7.
My sword is now powered with crackling energy of thunder as I strike back at the breastplate, trying
Okay.
not to hurt the person I'm fighting against. As I do an
I mean,
attack
you can
with...
take it.
Yeah, but I'm still not trying to kill the person or like hurt the person I'm training with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm use my longsword +1, and as an extra, I can deal 1d6 lightning damage now, since it's infused with the damage she did.
Oh, but
Um,
how do you get that?
the first time you hit with a melee attack on your next turn, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage of the triggering type. And
Oh,
silence.
look at! I never knew that was part of the spell. Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of druids don't attack with melee, but I do.
Uh-huh.
That makes it just more fun.
Okay, so... I mean, she's not going to exactly dodge you, because that would defeat the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
She blocks it with her shield, but the attack connects.
Yeah, I don't even want to let it like actually kill people, but yeah.
Oh, she'll take the damage.
Mm-hmm. No, that was my first example. What do you think?
Very good. At least it's working.
Yeah, I never knew I would get it so fast. Alright, so,
But
I
can
got
see
another
you
one.
hold back. Don't. I'll take it. And
Alright.
if you go too far, I'll be scarier. How about that for a deal?
Resolve flickers in the eyes of Arceus. Alright, then try and eat this. As he concentrates, the earth rumbles and an earth tremor appears.
Oh, wow. A dexterity saving throw. Ooh, I need to look that up. Yes, what is your save DC for that? 14?
Mm-hmm.
And with a 21 on her saving throw, you see that through the earthquake she steps and somewhat mimics Marshall's movements. So she doesn't get knocked prone,
Mm-hmm.
slightly walks through it.
Not only if I hurt you fall prone, but the area is now also quite difficult to traverse. I like this one. It helps me with tactics. Okay, well, for one final example, and after that I feel my energy is gone. And another time, the eyes of Arceus crackle with the lightning energy.
Good berry.
And as he draws his sword, he casts a thunder wave.
Okay, I believe that's a strength saving throw.
Yes. Constitution save.
Constitution save.
I'm very sure about this. I just imported this one from the...
Ooh, look at that. DC 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
She actually fails to save.
Energy crackles around in the air as like 15-foot cube of area gets covered in blitzes of lightning. It's more fleshy than I thought. I'm getting good at this, I think.
And louder than you think.
Yeah, it is a very loud clap.
Yeah.
And she seems very impressed by this. Like,
Oh wait, did I cast... Oh wait, I cast... yeah. I cast Earth Summer again? No. No, I cast Thunder Wave, yeah.
Yeah, you cast Thunder Wave, but it's only a...
Yeah,
Small.
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't do the description.
Yeah, I didn't do
So
this.
she gets pushed 10 feet away from you and takes 2d8 damage, which is 11. Okay.
This will take out enemy senses and also push them away. I like... That's why I chose it. I love it.
Yes, being able to push people around is useful.
Mm-hmm. And that's all I've learned. Yeah, I've learned some cantrips. I can demonstrate it if you want.
Damage traded.
Some cantrips. I can show you some. As
Sure.
he takes out the decanter of endless water, he whispers an arcane word into it, as water spills out into a puddle on the floor, and then he makes a water fishy with it, with shape water.
Oh, look at that.
Look, it's a
Oh,
fishy.
very cute.
I want to do fun stuff with this too. Okay.
And she takes over the shape water and turns it into a bird that perches on her hand. We share tricks.
Ah, good you know this one. I thought it would combine well with the decanter as well. It's just fun.
You're the study type, aren't you, Arceus? Someone who's seen much of life and much of battle.
More than I would acknowledge.
Yes. Can I maybe prepare you for something I think is coming your way?
Well,
Something you need some hands-on experience with.
look. Maybe you've noticed what I'm studying besides, well, this whole class change thing. Besides the whole magic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should just show you. And do you have some time?
I have all the time in the world.
As I walk into the library, I think there's a short route through it since the house and the library are connected.
You come out where her normal office exit is,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't take you long to find the shelf.
I take
You
a
were
book out
looking
of the shelf. For like ages and ages, through generations, there has been one menace on our city. One plague. We just can't take down. It's too difficult. As I've paged through that book, suddenly stopping. This abysmal creature has been plaguing our city for ages. It's a remnant of long ago when our people were enslaved by the mind control creatures. And this one was the worst of them. No one who fetched it ever comes back.
You're saying it comes back?
Sometimes. Why it hasn't taken our whole village yet? I don't know.
Have your people been able to slay it?
History knowledge?
No, you would know this because you partook in those battles. Yes, your people have slain this numerous times and it keeps returning.
Well, I tell her that. If it were that easy, I wouldn't be here.
As far as I know, aboleths die when they are killed.
Oh, this is a special one then.
Most certainly.
As far as
I have seen a creature like this before and that does not bode well.
like, I've read through almost all the research that there is in this library, and it's a vast library. And all of this points towards that the aboleth dies when it gets killed. And yet,
Arceus, does this aboleth have any undead characteristics of any sort? Rotting flesh, exposed bones, glowing deep blue or green eyes?
does it?
You may roll a history for that.
Alright, then I will. Well, it's been a while, so I have to take a think about that. Give me a second.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Sorry for my horrible singing, everyone. A 14 history. Not that you know of. You haven't noticed anything off. Like, you're looking at the picture.
Mhm.
And it's like, it's not exactly what I have in mind, but it's a close resemblance, and it kind of looks like that.
Nothing peculiar. Nothing that points to it being undead. As far as I know.
Okay. I think I'm going to look into some stuff for a bit. Xanafier seemed interested in something similar. What I'm talking about is I fought a Draco Lich a long time ago. Do you know what a Lich is?
Do I know what a lich is? Is it a religion or a history?
You have no idea what a Lich is.
I have no idea what a lich is.
Your people have never encountered something like that. But she tells you a Lich is a undead creature that has bound its soul to an object of importance, which gives it functional immortality.
So, does this
And-
lich thing also display the undead traits, like the glowing eyes or the bone stings?
Yes. Which is why she asked about those.
Alright, I get your line of questioning. No, it's still a mystery.
If you discover anything, or if your people know anything more, let me know. Be able to assist.
So,
And considering your culture, I am very much interested to do a bit of sightseeing.
like, you can teleport. I'm still starting the basics of magic. I mean, it's not a very common thing to know among some people.
Yes, but I can't exactly teleport where I don't know.
Yes,
I could, but there's a risk involved. Wouldn't
sure.
want to shoot myself to the ocean floor now.
But can you help me contact some of my people who can help us get there, maybe?
If you can give me an apt description, then I can try some things.
I mean, I've lived there my whole life, almost. That should manage. We should still talk about this, but even though I really want to take this head on right now, I think we still need to train. This creature is really, really dangerous.
Before you go, I should think you need to talk to Eyre. There's someone on her way to here. I think that takes a bit more importance right now.
Talking about mysteries, what's up with that Eyre anyway? Like, recently I learned so many things about her which just don't make any sense. Can I trust her?
You can very much trust her. I've known her for 20 years now.
I've heard rumors about her killing someone and being chased around all the world. Doesn't sound any good.
It is not my place to tell you. A woman is privy to her secrets. If she wants you to know, she'll tell you.
Well,
She might need a little nudge, because she isn't that outspoken about herself.
yeah, the thing is, we almost already got caught up in it back before we came to this city. So, we may make some haste with that. I'll try.
Before you go, because I am interested in your Aboleth thing, could you give me a description of one of the people in your town? I might be able to contact them.
How much detailed a description do you want?
Anything you can say. It only makes it easier.
I had this mate who helped me back up after I got, well, I lost my position, and he's been my friend all my life, so I'll just describe him.
Yes. And this is one of the people in your hometown?
Yeah, it's an old friend of Argius who also served, but in a lower position, which got him up and running after he literally got depressed of not having any work to do.
Yeah. So, you describe this person to her, and she says, I'll be in touch. I'll contact him. I'll get to you later.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can we make up a name for him? I don't have a name yet, but I will find one. I will send
We'll
it.
talk about that. And with that, Arceus eventually reconvenes with the party, where Brenna, Zalafier, Leon, Eyre, and Arceus stand at the entrance of the university with a blonde new face looking at all of you.
I have a slight interjection with that because Brenna is nowhere to be found.
Okay.
Because I haven't really done anything to make it so that I would be there.
Okay. So, Brenna, what do you do?
I mean, it could be a real simple of like, she's just walking by and like notices, hey,
Oh shit! Hey,
Everyone's
My peep.
here. Well, that's convenient, I guess. So
Yeah.
she just sort of shows up out of nowhere. Is like, oh well, it seems we're gathering. I'll just join in.
like the awkward sixth person at a party that tries to join a conversation
Yeah,
and
like,
just
sort of
stands there with like a drink, like, "Hi, I'm here now."
slowly inching into the little group, like trying to like sort of like be included in it.
Mm-hmm. And
So yeah,
we convene.
that.
And with that, we're going to go to break. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Bye. Are we good?
Sander, break.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Great.
I was just in the middle of something. I'm sorry. All right.
Professional streamers, everybody.
Be
Beautiful.
right back.
Hello, and welcome back into the dungeon. We ended the break with everyone reconvening and meeting the new guest Eyre has brought. So, Eyre, as you walk outside with the knight at your side, everyone meets.
Wonderful, Eyre. I wanted you to join me for this.
Yeah, but before we speak, let me introduce you to my new friend. Wait, what was her name again?
Arnalore. You know what? I'll put it in the lore channel. How about that?
Oh, Lord Channel.
Lord! Is that the
Lord.
Pride of 87?
And you might notice that as she says this, she sounds a bit sarcastic.
Leon does not know what sarcastic is, I think.
Argus looks a
Bear
bit
with him.
shifty, and it's like, "Did you get in trouble again, Eyre?"
Oh, I've been in heaps of trouble ever since I ran away from home, and this wonderful lady, Miss Arnalore, knight of the house Duanai, is here to... Well, how do you say this? Keep tabs on me, and we might have to solve a murder.
I mean, I'm not really pleased by being joined by a knight, but here we are.
Let me formally introduce myself.
No, just keep it at your name. Thank you.
My name is Lady Arnalore of House Duanai. I am the envoy for the family and the personal bodyguard to its lord and lady.
Leon whispers to Salavier. So we're gonna have to deal with nobles now?
It would appear so.
Great. Anyway, I really wanted to go see Lily. So if you don't mind, I'm going to do that.
Go ahead. She steps out of the way.
Salavier, if you would. Eyre, I would like you to join. Argus, if you want to join.
I just want to know what's all this about.
You'll find out.
Yeah,
And Brenna, I mean, I don't know if you want to join, but you're welcome to.
I think Eyre wants to tell us something, isn't it, Eyre?
Yes, but I suppose it can also happen in Lily's office. I don't really mind.
Sure, I don't mind that either. You lead the way, Eyre. Whatever's going on, I hope you'll clear it all up.
So, everyone heads to Lily's office?
I nudge Brenna a bit and I say, in case you're wondering, I also have no idea.
Yeah. I'll just go along and we'll see, right?
It must be important, I reckon.
I take it you are friends or companions of Eyre?
Oh,
She asks you.
We're walking and talking now, right? Yes.
I can give you the details later if you wish.
I've
I
helped out.
mean, apparently we are en route, and our companion has a fairly quick gait. So, and I point to Leon walking away at a brisk pace.
Well, keep up then.
Yes, I would, but he's about, I don't know, twice my size.
Whoop.
Relax your breathing. You can walk faster that way. And with that piece of advice, she takes her stride as well, but keeps close to Eyre. So, you end up at the door to her office. What do you do?
I mean, depends. Is Eyre first or is Leon first?
Who walks faster between the two of you?
I mean, we technically walk the same speed.
Okay, so from a non-mechanical perspective, who of the two would walk faster?
I think Leon will.
I think so too.
Then Leon is first at the door.
Leon will open the door, not even knocking.
Okay, you open the door. And in the middle of some paperwork, you hear her say, "Go on, take a seat. I'll be with you in a..." Oh, hello, Leon. And
Yeah,
Eyre
hey.
and everyone.
I wanted
was
to bring like
expecting
one
a
or two
student.
people, but you know, everyone's here now, so we're gonna do it with a party.
That's fine. Would you mind closing the door?
I'll let someone else do that.
I mean, Arnalore closes the door behind you.
So, by the way, thank you for the letter. I can't read.
Well, Marshall sent it to you.
Well, I'm sure you help with it somehow. Except for the mans and dudes and such.
Bros. And
Yeah, that's more his language.
Yeah, don't forget the bro.
Oh, and the bro. Yeah.
Yes.
What can I do you for?
So, I take it this coin is my favor. Which, thank you, by the way. I'm going to hand it in
think
right
so,
now.
too. Okay. What's the favor?
I want to forget you. Because I don't like you.
Okay.
But you're also too profitable to ignore, so make me forget you.
What would you like? Because I have a way to make you forget me. Or I have a way to make you like me more.
Nope, I want to
It's
forget
up to you.
Complete
Okay,
forget.
come. And
I'll give you a second chance.
not very kind of you. Would you mind waiting outside and closing the door? She asked the rest.
I would like Eyre to stay here.
I am grading exams and, something with privacy.
Right, but I mean it with the utmost respect, right? And what I'm about to say might come across as rude, but whatever the hell is going on right now?
Marshall and I have made a bit of a mistake concerning Leon, and apparently...
Yes, I
he
gathered
sympathized-
from the letter. I do not know who this Marshall fellow is.
Oh. Marshall's my husband.
Right, that explains a lot. Now, who the blazing hells are you? And I face Arnalore.
I have introduced myself.
Yes, Arnalore, lady, whatever the fuck. What are you doing here?
I
What
was
do you
looking
want
for
of
Eyre.
us?
I have nothing to do with you. I have something to do with Eyre.
I didn't say you had anything to do with us. I'm just asking what you want from us. Because clearly you needed our attention.
There has been a murder in my house, and Eyre is the head suspect. I am
Okay,
here
we
to
will put a
find out-
pin in that.
Yes.
Leon, do your business.
Lily, do your business. It's a business train.
And he's like, okay then. Eyre, would you mind waiting outside for a bit?
Now I want Eyre here because if you do something to me, Eyre will be the one most offended.
Okay. Then for the rest, please wait in the foyer. I will be with you in seconds. James will take care of you.
Brenna has already left the room.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Argus just looks incredibly confused. It's like, what is this day?
Like,
I
you
grab-
share that with Bendice. It's like, what the fuck is
I
happening?
grab Argus' sleeve and I cut. Come. We're going. Let them handle the business. We
Like-
shall pick up whatever is going on in a little bit.
Like,
Let's just go.
Argus follows, but like loses the grip. Is like, I'm not like that old of a man.
No. That wasn't what I was trying to do. That's the only part of you can reach properly, right? Let's go.
It's that or the groin.
Yes.
Helping an old man cross the street. How nice of him. Anyway, so
Yes, you two are the law, whatever the hell your name is. Let's go.
I'm going with Eyre. I'll see you in a
Fine,
bit.
suit yourself.
Oh, man.
The foursome walks into the stone tablet room Eyre has been in before. Take a lie down, Leon.
That's what it takes.
And she takes up her tome, puts it down on top of your head. So this copper coin goes here, and she puts it on your forehead. And she says, if you wish to forget, do not resist. And she casts Modify Memory on you several times over. And for both Eyre and Arnalore, Lily is talking to Leon, and you can sense that this is she is effectively speaking the words to remove the memory completely. So, such as saying, like, this event did not happen, and so on. And in due time, Leon, you have completely forgotten who this weird demon lady is that stands in the same room with Eyre, a person you just met, and you.
So, what is this?
Your favor.
What favor?
Exactly.
Leon,
Okay,
are you okay?
I think so. I know who
Good,
you are.
good.
I know who she is. I don't know who this is.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Lily Illithiran, if this white feather.
Lil, got it. Leon.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost here. Mind if I go?
That's fine. The door's over there. Your
Okay.
friends are waiting in the foyer.
Okay. Thank you. And Leon takes his leave.
Mm-hmm. Very funny. He chose the exact same nickname my husband did. She says to Eyre.
Well, not sure if it means something when it comes from Leon.
Like I said,
That was very strange.
I have quite the experience with memories. Now, I think it is time for you to go.
Yes, I believe I have some explaining to do.
You did. And you take your leave as well?
I hurriedly follow Leon, I suppose, yeah.
Arnalore leaves you alone, not even for a second.
I did not expect anything else.
Yes. Like, it's not... what do you call it? It's not like a
Stalkery.
predator over you, but it's someone who is very closely paying attention to where you move.
Stalker! Stalker!
Yeah, kinda. And you,
Alright.
again, reconvene in the foyer.
Salivier's just sat there with his eyes closed, making finger circles on his temples.
Like, oh.
Argius is
Bre-
playing around with his water bottle, making all kinds of shapes in the air with his water.
Brenna is sort of like sitting with her knees against her chest and like her arms around her legs, like
What, the fetal position?
not what sort of upright, but yeah, and resting her head on her knees.
Are you okay, lass?
I'll be fine.
I never caught your name. Our introductions got somewhat interrupted.
Name's Brenna. So now that Eyre is here again, care to explain who you are to Eyre and what you're currently... I'm assuming you're planning something with her, but you know.
I think
Okay.
co-worker would be the correct word. Or ex-co-worker. As Iris' contract with the family has been suspended on suspicions of criminal activity, to put it formally.
Right. You said someone was murdered, and
Yes.
she was the suspect. Elaborate, if you please.
Roughly 2 months ago, in my household, the lady of the house was murdered one night, and there was somewhat of confusion in the house, and it was noticed by one of the servants that Eyre had left through a secret tunnel underneath the house. The main, how do you call it? I'm not good with legal terms. Prosecutor of the investigation, the new lady of the household, has made a case that the timing of Eyre's leave and the timing of the murder are somewhat suspicious.
To say the least. Right. Okay. Eyre? Could you perhaps explain your actions at that night?
Yes, of course.
So, Eyre, would you like some backstory for that?
Yes. Sure,
This
go
might
ahead.
be useful for what you're about to say. So, Eyre, on the night of the murder, you vividly recall a few details. When you returned to your room after your duties, you heard a discussion between two people in Lady Celine's room. One of them was obviously Lady Celine, but you could not make out the other. When you came in your own room, your letter opener was gone from your desk, and a few hours later, you heard one of the servants in the house call for alarm. He had said there was a murder, and when you peeked outside your door, he was holding your letter opener. In a moment of panic, you picked up all bare necessities and immediately fled the estate through the hidden tunnel beneath. While fleeing, you heard the large iron door of the tunnel open again, and you hit the legs as fear instinctually took over. Eventually, you fled Tragria and hitched a ride on a merchant's carriage, offering your service in exchange for the trip. In time, you arrived in Dawnhaven, where you met the rest of the party.
So, for the most part of my life, I was in service of a noble family, the Duanés, of which this lovely knight is actually in their employ. And Lady Celine and I were the best of friends. Like, I really miss her, and Eyre looks very emotional. We would talk for hours about anything, and we would laugh about adventures and being out and, escaping the life of the court and of nobility. But all that changed on that night. 2 months ago, I remember hearing Lady Celine arguing with someone, but I don't know who it was. And I returned to my room, and I had just done some, random readings, soothsayer and all. And my desk seemed rummaged through, and my letter opener was gone. And a while later, I do not know of the timing, a servant called out through the house, and I remember the words very clearly. A shriek. Murder, there has been a murder. And obviously the letter opener was in her hand. And there was blood absolutely everywhere, and I knew I had to go. You see, our friendship was really looked down upon. I am not noble. I come from nowhere. And not to mention, they thought I was crazy. So who would be the best suspect to throw in jail and to forget about immediately? So I ran, and I pledged to, I hope to find out that one day who would do something horrible like that, and ever
to
since.
Bring them to justice.
Perhaps I never been one for speaking about justice. I only spoke about life and fate. It has haunted me ever since. I have never seen it. As someone who spends a lot of time seeing of what's about to happen, this was all. It happened, and before I knew it, my friend was gone.
But what I'm hearing is that all of the evidence that they have is completely circumstantial.
Brenna goes closer to Eyre and gently, like, sort of tries to hug her. And goes, I'm sorry for your loss. Losing a loved one is always... Losing a loved one is always hard. And just a little bit of a hug before letting go. But Salavier is right. It is, well, simply put, circumstantial at best. My question is, what is Miss Arnalore doing here now?
I was sent out by Lady Arnalore to find her and bring her to justice. As you have aptly put it, the evidence is circumstantial, and I suspect that not everyone is telling the truth. I don't know who.
You believe there's foul play at foul play at foul play afoot. That's it. Thank you.
The circumstances of the murder were most certainly suspicious in multiple ways.
Argius eyes Arnalore up and is like, I know you want to catch a murderer, but what's the point? If all things are stacked against us, why should we even bother doing this?
Apparently circumstantial evidence for the family in question is enough to send bounty hunters after one of their own. So...
Yeah. So, what do you want us to do about this?
I have but one wish. Catch whoever did this. For that, I need skills that are not my own. I am a knight, I'm not an investigator, I'm not a sneaky person, I am not very good with words.
I can advise you one thing as, like, ex-leader of a guard. You should ask the guard. Maybe get the legal system involved. As you may see, we are like a bunch of adventurers. Just whacking about. Killing monsters.
I am deeply insulted that you do not even thought that we already did that. Why do you think I'm out and about? The guard, the officials, have done nothing for us. Nothing of interest or with which we could go further.
Oh, okay, so, sorry, if I gather, is this just like the guard in Dawnhaven? Because my guard wouldn't do nothing.
They didn't do nothing.
Are all guards like this in human countries? And he looks to the others.
Yeah, they're pretty shit.
I sort of look to Xalavier and then to Leon. I sort of like just shrug with them, like, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. As you may notice, I'm not from here.
Oh, really?
It's pretty much.
Really?
It's pretty much where the Church of Kalimdor keeps their own god in the form of the Hand.
Indeed.
But still, my question remains: why do you need us? There's certainly private investigators or something you should hire for this, if you really want to get to the bottom of this.
As
That's
it
what she's
stands at the
hiring us
moment.
for.
As it stands at the moment, Eyre is under close suspicion, and momentarily I have found her. With that, she has given her word, written contract, that she would do all she can to solve this murder and clear her name. I very much hope she does.
Did she do such
Now.
a thing, Eyre?
Well, it was that or being hauled away and thrown in a cell and die.
Look, I don't know what power your contracts hold, but right here it's just 5 against you. What do you want to do? Capture her right now?
Not against the 5 of you.
So you didn't even bring a companion?
Unnecessary. And she
Are-
takes
are-
a moment to size all of you up.
Like Argus just grunts, foolish girl.
God, yeah.
Sorry, my dog is barking. Hold on.
Look, we are in far bigger business than just some random murder 2 months ago. You can try capture her, I will stop you. And
Hey, Argus, I'm gonna stop you right there. You know how the nobility works here?
no, I don't.
If you fuck one over, you are fucked for life. Don't do this.
Look, we can cross continents, whatever. I don't care, we are adventurers.
Yeah, I wanna. If I get through this, I wanna settle somewhere and have a house. And I don't wanna be, some ass random noble dumb fucks to come hunt my ass for all eternity. Because that's what they'll do. They are petty like that.
One random hitman just disappears in a land far away. Who cares?
Yes, they care. That's how nobles work. They're pathetic.
Can we hold on, guys? Can we just like take it down like several notches? She's. May I? Listen.
Of course.
She is here to help prove who did it. So she's trying to claim that Eyre is innocent, and if we help her, it won't be a problem because we'll be helping Eyre prove her innocence as well. So
Look, even if we were to hypothetically help this person, what would we be able to do? We can't investigate the site. We can't make a case against this.
Yes, but for Eyre's sake, we should try.
What are we gonna do?
Hey,
We can-
Argus.
We haven't even discussed the terms, Argus.
Think of it this way. They're basically gonna tell us to do whatever the fuck we want, and we can just rampage and have fun.
I just sighs and is like,
I would
really
like to
tempted.
inform you, Leon, I believe your name is, that I am still within earshot.
Yeah, and it's true, isn't it?
My point is, we don't need to see her as an enemy, and you're very, how you say,
Hostile.
antagonistic, hostile towards her.
Look,
There's no need for that. And what we can do is find the real murderer. There's plenty of. If I'm correct, Miss Eyre, you have a perfect memory, correct?
Well, I do. I remember things quite well, if I do say so myself.
Exactly. So, with her memory and the information of well, who was visiting the lady that night? That you heard the conversation. Well, the angered kerfuffle that night. If we find out who that person was, we can probably find the actual murderer. There are clues about, but the first things first is calm down and just, you know, have a conversation about helping Miss Eyre.
Can you understand it from my viewpoint? I don't see any benefit to doing all this.
And the benefit is that we exonerate Eyre from any kind of suspicion that might still linger.
And help her get back to her hometown where she grew up and, get back in touch with the family that basically was her family.
Not to mention grant her closure for the loss of a friend.
Eyre, is it even possible to get you exonerated even if we found the real murderer?
I would like to pipe in. If we find the true murderer, Eyre will be completely exonerated. She will be abolished from her suspected crimes. And as a little bonus, the Duanai family is the most powerful family in Tragria. We can put a word in for all of you.
We would
So
quite
fame is the
literally
least we
become
can offer.
heroes.
Yeah.
In a
Feels
sense,
to me.
yes.
I put a hand on Argius's stomach, I guess. Look, I am as perturbed by the situation as you would be.
Mm.
But an agreement has been signed. There's naught we can do about it. The only
can
thing that
walk
we can
away.
do is assist wherever we can in Eyre's endeavor. You want to see her safe, right?
I just don't want to get us all in trouble. And
Au contraire, my friend. We are getting one of us out of trouble.
are we even able to search the site of murder?
I'm sure Miss Arnalore might be able to arrange that, given the correct circumstances. Wouldn't you?
I can pull a few strings. However, with the current situation, I cannot guarantee Eyre's safety if she walks in as herself.
Noted.
I would suggest that Eyre, for the least, puts on a bit of a disguise.
Fake mustache?
Fake mustache, fake mustache, fake mustache.
You'd better find a very good one then.
2 fake mustaches and fake eyebrows.
I was thinking about maybe something like discoloring her hair, maybe some contact lenses. Then she would resemble Eyre, but given a
ginger
bit
fro.
of a silver tongue, she could remain undetected.
And a red nose.
I'm sure we have some magic that can be cast.
That would be useful.
Well, one final question, just one thing that eludes me. How did they know it was Eyre's letter opener?
Eyre's letter opener was unique.
Ah, right, that's our
There
first.
weren't many letter openers that had a star-shaped hilt pattern.
Alright, and then I face Arnalore. The first of the weird things already. Why would she even use that? It connects her immediately to her.
As I said, the circumstances are very suspicious in multiple ways. Which
Yeah.
is why I did not arrest Eyre the moment I saw her.
If we are gonna stack evidence, we do it one by one, and then we will discover a pattern. and then we'll find out who it was.
Yes, and then we can arrest that person. And
Huh?
if we do, we find them.
Wouldn't it be
Eyre
crazy if it was
scot-free.
Arnie?
Excuse me?
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was you?
I mean, yes, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
I would like you to know that you have both insulted my honor as a knight, as well as the person I viewed as my mother figure.
It was
I
just,
mean,
it was
you got a point.
I'm giving you one chance to apologize.
It will be crazy though. And hey, I didn't mean to say that you actually did it.
Leon. She granted Eyre a chance, grants her the same chance. Nobody is guilty until proven, okay?
I mean, maybe where you grew up.
We were a small community, but we were fair. Yeah, I know this world has a lot of more corruption, but let's be the best of humanity, or fishity, or whatever.
I think no one is beyond redemption. Much as thinking of that night angers me. Which was what moved me to give Eyre a second chance and not drag her out in chains. Now then,
I turn to Eyre. Are you going to make a habit out of signing contracts without consenting us first? Or consulting us first, or rather?
Well, I could have denied signing immediately, and I will repeat what I said earlier. I would have been dragged off and put in jail.
Miss Arnalore, would it have been unreasonable for her to discuss these terms beforehand?
under watchful eye, I would have allowed that.
And I don't
No.
even say anything. I just wave my hand like, there you go.
see.
However, I can understand that when on, I guess, knife point, it could be a little troubling to not accept the contract at the moment.
Oh, I am not one to be a hypocrite. I ran off without your consent the other night, and I understand completely, but quid pro quo, as they say. Next time might be easier.
Now then.
What is it
What-
you want?
What do we do first?
I mean, we have somewhere to go, right?
We
Yes.
have quite a trek in front of us. I'd say prepare for that. And we can discuss these details of what our plan of attack is going to be when we spend the next month going there.
So how do we know we
Mom.
don't run into a trap?
You're going to have to trust me a bit.
Well, I trust you about as far as I can throw you.
Argius faces Arnalore. Swear to me on the honor of as knight, as you see that so important.
On my knight's honor, there is not a trap waiting for you, nor Eyre, nor any of the people here.
Then I
And
trust
if
you.
if I lie to you, then I shall take my own life. Is that enough?
That's enough. As
I
knight
kinda-
knight.
I look at Brenna with a look of like, is that cool with us? Like, are we okay with that?
I mean, if it's her path, I mean, she chooses the path before her.
Yeah, like one of the scriptures does like entail that people have the right to choose parts of their own fate. Kind of like, rather not, But if you really want to do it, okay.
As long as you have a plan for your burial or your cremation or.
Oh, that has been arranged. No worries.
Oh, okay. Then,
As
then,
a
then
knight, I live a dangerous lifestyle. You need to prepare those things in advance.
Arnalore,
Yes.
how much time do we have to prepare?
I would say a day. I do not wish to delay long, for evidence might be scurried away if the perpetrators return.
Well, yes, it might have done over the past 2 months as well. But
Which I would press. We need to hurry.
Can I, in the meantime, have a list of all the suspects and maybe motives or something?
Yeah, you can. So I will drop those in the lore channel in a bit. And I can also explain them a little bit to you if I find the note.
It was Mr. Green with the hatch clipper in the lounge room.
Well, playing Cluedo.
Whoa.
Pluto.
No, it would have been a perfect moment for it, though.
Yes, so the set of suspects you get is obviously Eyre at the top. There is a family by the name of Narrowbay, which used to make tools for the Duane family. There is a house Dante, which owns land and makes money through real estate. And there is talk of Celine being a known tyrant in her work, so there might be some
Yo, she
plotting
might kinda
among the commoners within her company. So I'll drop those in the lore channel in a moment. Go.
Well, in the meantime, I suppose I have some. I have to do a makeover.
Oh, we want a vivid description. You know that, right?
I have no clue how I'm going to do it.
Boss, play the makeover music.
I am not sure if there is makeover music.
find a slightly flamboyant male elf that wears glasses for no reason other than to be fashionable. He also needs to have a scarf on at all times.
Even in the blistering heat.
No reason. But he goes
How
to
does that-
sleep, still a scarf.
There's no reason other than to just look fabulous.
Yes. Oh, yes, darling.
Yes.
Quiet.
Wow. Way to be stereotypical.
Huh?
Anyway,
Yes.
tavern music is the best I can do for you right now. So
Oh.
you
Good
go
enough.
to a makeover boutique, and the
Ooh.
half-elven gentleman with a scarf.
Oh!
What can I do for you, beauty?
I need to look like someone else. Basically.
Make me beautiful.
I'm tired of being the middle-aged lady with no personality. Give me some color.
And like he takes your chin in hand and he looks around your head for a bit.
Terrible.
Notices a
terrible.
little bit of the crow's feet, the little bags under your eyes. You need to take proper care of yourself.
Go for the kiss.
Too much stress will make you old. But I have exactly the right thing for you. Personality, you said? I think I can work with that.
You're gonna look like Kefka after this.
and he takes you. And within like 2 hours of you sitting there, he has cut your hair in a shorter style that is far more vibrant than your original locks you always hide under your hood. He paints your hair bright red,
Oh,
and as a finishing touch, he puts in 2 green colored lenses, and he removes your crow's feet. The bags under your eyes are concealed, not gone, but concealed. And with a set of makeup,
what the hell kind of surgery is that?
you asked for personality.
This has to last for at least a month.
And you gain a big fucking makeover.
A disguise. It's a disguise, okay?
It's a disguise. And with that, he tells you like the paint is not going to last forever. It is water resistant, but it will wear off eventually because your hair keeps growing. Every so many weeks you need to re-dye it. You can't
I mean, do you
wear
think
the
I was
lenses for
born
more
with
than 8
blue
hours
locks?
a day.
Do you think I was born with blue locks?
Well, I don't know. There's many strange people out there. There's a demon with purple hair that comes in every so often.
Oh yeah. So that's how she's doing it.
In the meantime, Arceus, do I look cool with these shaded glasses?
Yes.
Oh,
He be bitchin'.
Oh yeah.
Like during the makeover time, Eyre, you notice that Arnalore, who's standing like against a wall somewhere, is being asked multiple times, like, "What would you like, miss?" And every time she's like, "No, I don't want anything." And there is a awkward tension around the employers with her there. And finally, you look beautiful, darling. Now, here's a ticket. If you go down that road for about 5 minutes, there is a boutique. Get yourself some new drafts.
thank you very much.
Go then, wonderful.
Sorry, I just saw Peroon's comment. Yes, I'm now a kort pittig kroketje. Oh lord.
So,
He
are
turned
you
into
also
a
going
Karen.
to? Are you also going to buy new clothes?
We,
And
we
what-
get
what-
we get to this noble's estate and we're just like, we would like to speak to the manager.
Oh god! Like she didn't get the Karen haircut. It's more like I imagined from the art that Ivy's hair is very long, so he made it shorter and gave it a bit more flair, like curls and the red color.
Oh, red?
Yes, red.
Are we talking like chestnut red?
More flair.
Whoa!
Red.
Nearly
Neon
clown
red.
nose red.
Cologne!
Yeah, should have been more specific than personality. But hey, when you look in the mirror, at the very least, it's like you look 15 years younger. Your
Fantastic.
shape of your head has changed a bit with the new hairstyle. And you barely recognize yourself. It should work, and maybe you're not really into the red hair, but this man does have magic hands. Do you also go to the boutique he mentioned?
I mean, at this point, why the hell not? Can I? Is everyone here, by the way? Is everyone
know.
here?
Arnalore's very much there.
Argus is just standing there unsuspiciously with shaded glasses, trying to look cool. But it's like boomer cool, so he's not actually cool.
Are Argus and Leon having a cool off to see who's cooler?
I think.
Yeah, sure, roll for coolness and add like your charisma modifier, I suppose.
Fuck yeah. Let me... charisma roll, yeah?
Brenna would just be relaxing outside, I guess.
6.
Naturally.
Damn! Argus be fly as fuck.
Fly AF.
So the thing is, Leon has picked up like a hat with some flowers in it, and he does not look cool as fuck.
Argus in the meantime is like... He just puts on these glasses and he becomes a totally other man. He is not a fish anymore.
All of a sudden his robes change into like a Hawaii print t-shirt.
Suddenly he is the man.
He's no longer wearing shoes, he's wearing slippers with socks on! Ah!
Whoa.
The coolest dude, bro.
But yeah, that.
That's a look.
Huh? Where's Eyre? I don't see any Eyre. Who is this lady with the red hair?
Who's this Eyre you're talking about?
Might it be wise, if you are to come with us, that we give you an alias? You know, as to not try and keep up the appearance, I suppose.
Shana. No, wait, that's your name still.
How do you think about Friedrich?
That's a guy's name.
I don't know. I'm not from this place.
Any suggestions, Eyre?
I mean, it needs to be. It looks way too dramatic to have a normal name, right? And no, I'm not going to call myself Karen. It's not happening. I do have some measure of self-respect. Come on.
Freya. Freya? Freya.
Yep. Something like that. That's great.
Right.
Ballsy move, but okay.
What?
Wait, wasn't Freya the name of that one woman that we fought once?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Perhaps
right.
not Freya.
Like I said, ballsy move. do it.
Ruin her reputation.
This won't go wrong in whatsoever.
Like, I can just see Brenna just coming up with names, and then at some point she goes, Freya! Oh, I like that name. Why do I like that?
I might have heard it somewhere before.
I do like the name, though, but why? I was like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe not.
But do you
Yeah, the
think
lady
of
almost
Lucia?
killed me.
No,
Well, we can make one up on the way there. I suppose that we have plenty of time to ruminate it if we have a month's journey ahead of us.
Yes.
oh yeah, actually, I had a question. Since, Lily, since she, got us here from Triacria, can she just, teleport us back?
That is a good point.
I surmise a wizard of a statue should be able to.
I mean,
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, if you want to impose on her, but it is you who's going to be paying the favor.
I mean, regardless, we might want to still take a day to prepare.
Yeah, well, yes, of course, but like, we don't need to travel for a month. If we can cut down the travel time to like, what, an hour at most.
That's a
That
good
would be-
point.
That would be far better, and also, you know, it would save us time to like, how do you call it? The it's less time between the crime and the investigation.
As well as
A
that
lot
the
less time.
makeover would be more recent. A month of time is quite the time to grow out your hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Very well. Who of you is going to talk to her? I've already imposed twice on her.
Well,
Oh.
Oh, what?
Okay, so, like, me as a person, I want to say something,
Sure. Go
but I
ahead.
don't know if I should.
Is it going to make this campaign funnier?
Probably.
Then do it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if not Eyre, then perhaps Leon. I mean, he seems to know her quite well at this point.
Who?
Lily.
I don't know what she is or what she does. I have no clue.
Are you alright, Leon?
Yeah, I'm fine.
guys,
You can't see Argius raising a brow because of his cool glasses.
God damn, he's too cool.
Damn.
he's too cool to care. Oh no! Oh
Being Arceus with Ray-Ban glasses.
no!
Oh man.
Miss Eyre, she is your friend, and it is to help you. I suppose I would propose that you ask her.
I will put in a good word for us. And I can totally show off my new looks.
And I mean, we brought her that armor that was worth far more than the gold we got. Just so you know.
Exactly.
I'll put in a good word.
Well,
Meanwhile, I will go and find myself a bed, because this day has been very confusing and taxing on my poor little brain.
mm-hmm.
I am very, very tired right now.
The glasses make Argius even more the silent and cool type.
This has been entirely confusing, and as they would say, a shit show. So, find me in the morning, please.
I'll join you, Salavier.
Thank you.
Let's go find a place to rest our heads. And off we go. Towards the
Leon,
nearest-
I'm going to assume that whatever business you took me here for has been done with.
Oh yeah. I guess.
Right. Arceus, any more questions?
No questions. What a fine mess we made.
I bid you adieu.
Don't talk about Eyre like that. And I walk away.
Oof.
Oof.
So, to speed up the things. Eyre, do you also take a new outfit?
Yeah,
And-
sure, why the hell not? I mean,
I had the ability to completely destroy your character on the physical side. You may pick the clothes.
Just go for the same thing, only red.
yeah, exactly. It's the exact same robe with the exact same embroidery, but the color is red.
Like all the stars are also still in there, but it's just
Yes.
red.
No, let's go for a really nice black dress or something. I will
Right.
Google something, and maybe Arceus can show it on the screen later.
I should agree, yeah, immediately arrested. Like, do you think we're stupid?
Oh no.
So, but to speed up things, this takes you a total of 20 gold. Because you've been to some expensive places. It worked. You're
Ooh,
probably
100
not
gold.
going to be recognized. What would everyone like to prepare? Like, very quickly?
Party with Argius and horse.
So, nothing?
I'm gonna drink a beer with Leon.
Okay.
That's the prep.
I would like to have a conversation with Xalavier actually.
Okay, go ahead.
As we have dinner or we prepare for bed or something of that nature. So that was a mess and a half.
Yes. You could say that again. Are we on the right path, you reckon?
Well, I suppose absolving Eyre is a worthy cause,
Yes.
but I am quite uncertain, to be quite honest. Our Lord and Savior has been rather quiet lately.
Well, the last contact we really had with him was the one I
When-
had, I suppose.
Yes,
Or has it not?
indeed. I also had a question.
Anything.
Miss Eyre had a concern for your safety or for your demeanor, I suppose.
For my demeanor, you say?
Yes, the moment we took down that beast in that temple-ish place.
Yes.
There was a shard of sorts. I mean, I wouldn't want to like intrude too much, but what's up with that?
Well, as I explained to you that night, this was what Kalimvor's visage told me to procure. I know not. I know not why it chose me, and I know not why it tried to beckon me ever closer. But
It did, yeah. Well, it's more of a checking. Like, are you okay?
am I okay?
Yes, we haven't really talked in a
That is true.
properly in a while. So I was just, how are you doing?
Well, to be quite frank, ever since Dawnhaven, I've been a bit on edge.
I have noticed that actually. There were a few instances where I'd say you were not acting as yourself. Or at least the way that I know you.
Would you care to elaborate? Because yes, I've been wary. I've been
Yes.
doing my best to, do what I was set out to do,
Yeah.
which is make sure that you're all right.
Yes. It's mostly like little things that I tend to notice. I know you very very well after all, and it's just there were certain moments where, well, for example, in that battle against that beast in that dungeon dwarven place.
Yes,
I
the
saw.
Hydra.
Yes, I saw
Yeah.
you had a gleeful expression as you killed it. And I feel that that's not correct, or well, how do you say? That's not how I know you. Even
Well-
when we deal with bad people or monsters, you always respect the other. You show respect towards the other even when you deal the final blow, and I just noticed that it's a minute thing. I'll admit, but it's something I notice.
Right. I hadn't really thought of it. To be quite frank with you, I can't particularly say that I noticed. Have I really been acting that odd?
No, well, not in extreme measures. So,
I mean, yes, there was that one instance in that inn where I made a complete ass out of myself, but
well, yes, that was mostly an unfortunate circumstance as a whole. But I'm merely like how do you say mentioning it. It is but something I noticed only recently. I should add, and it's not that you've been acting completely different from how I expect you to act. It's just some small things I noticed. And if I were to say, if I do notice this more and more, I will mention it to you so that you know as well.
yes,
If that's all right with you.
Yes, but by all means, please do, because like I said, not entirely consciously doing it, I suppose. I don't know what else to say, really.
Well, for now, it's not like a major problem.
I don't feel
now-
particularly different.
Oh. Well, maybe it was a fluke.
I mean, the most noticeable change that I've been able to discern is the fact that I am now able to conjure weapons. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I was intrigued as to how and why, but I suppose perhaps Kalimvor is supplying you with weapons.
Yes, that's what I figured.
Hmm.
Personally.
Perhaps that is the case, and mayhaps if I, when next I attempt to commune with Kalimvor, I can possibly ask him about it.
Please do.
Very well. That was just some. I felt the need to catch up in that sense.
Well, I'm happy we did, Miss Nighthands. We don't talk nearly as much as we used to. But, I mean, that's par for the course if there's more than just two of us, right?
Yeah, that is very true. In any sense, that was all. Good night, I suppose.
Well, the night is
Yeah.
still young.
Well, I am quite tired after today, so I'm gonna head in early.
Very well. Until the morning, Miss Nighthands.
See you then.
Bright and early, yes?
Mm-hmm. As always. And scene.
Yes. And Zolivier also goes to bed, I reckon.
This is great. Oh.
Hello?
So, any preparations Eyre would like to do? Or Zalavier and Brenna, because they've had a talk but not mentioned their preparations.
For preparations. Mhm.
Well, preparations are. We have plenty of supplies still. I reckon, for like the when it comes to food and drinks and stuff. So, not that many preparations needed, I suppose.
Okay then.
That's it.
Eyre?
Not at the moment, I think.
Okay then. So the night marches on. It is morning. And you meet again. And Arnalore looks at all of you. Well, since we don't have a month, we need a plan of attack. Does anyone have any ideas?
Well, you know the terrain the best.
Yes, and with that comes my status, and that literally everyone in the town knows me. So my options for investigations are somewhat limited by my station. For example, I can't go to one of the other houses and just ask around, like, what do you know of the murder that happened? Because that will immediately close all doors.
Do you need me to do some things? Because I can be quite persuasive.
Talking in, sneaking in, disguising yourself as a servant, it does not matter to me. I want
Right.
results.
Let's shake on this.
Check on what?
That what you just said.
that it's all right for him to do whatever he needs to do to get the job done.
Do keep in mind that if you're going to kill people, that you only kill people who deserve it.
I'm not talking about killing people. Who do you think I am? I'm talking about other shit. By the way, if you kill someone, that means you can't question someone. So, that doesn't really work for us.
I am not okay with torture either.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to torture people. I'm just saying, am I allowed to do things my way?
And that is just vague enough for me to not like it.
Okay, well, if you want to neuter me, then I will not do a lot.
Look, I am the protector of that town. People expect me to save them. I do not wish to bring harm upon innocents. I wish to bring harm upon the killer, no one else.
Well, that makes the things a lot more difficult, you know that?
Good.
Those are her terms.
Well, I'm sorry, Eyre, but it seems someone wants you dead.
I have noticed.
I do not want you dead. Not necessarily, but I am not willing to sacrifice innocence for it. As you might understand.
And again, I'm not saying I'm going to sacrifice anyone.
In any case, it would be good to be acquainted with some of my old dwellings. Sense of normalcy. Leon, you have this magnificent horse, but it's a bit too scary for the normal folk.
Make him talk more.
Yes, so please be careful with the mouth thing. Note that a lot of the people in the court have not had to deal with anything like that. And
they'll be an experience richer.
And you as well. Not a good one, though.
I mean, they're just nobles.
And I'm very sorry to have to mention this, Xalavier. You are a dear friend, but I don't think they have ever seen a goblin before.
I think you would fit right in.
To be fair, if they haven't seen a goblin before, that's more befitting of what I actually am. Those who have met goblins generally stereotype me.
I do not.
So, I'm perfectly fine with going there, as long as they don't know what a goblin is.
Xalavier, you're the warrior type, right?
One could say that.
Then I do not care what your origin is. Your race does not matter to me. You wield a blade and I respect that.
If only there were more people that looked at it like that, yeah.
And I think that you would be easily a fit-in within the guard of the Duenai family. Show your skill with the examiners at the ready.
Oh, I am flattered for the opportunity. But I already have a home. Thank you.
I meant for the investigation.
Oh, ha. Yes, right. Obviously.
Though if you wish, there would be a place. But for now, maybe not.
Yeah.
Leon, what is your plan?
Well, if I tell you my plan, you might ruin my plan.
Why would I? I'm on your side.
Because the more people you know your plan, the more likely it's gonna go wrong.
We are literally the people trying to solve this.
Yeah, and
If I don't know what you're doing, then how could I be of assistance?
because I don't need assistance. Okay, let me put it in real simple terms for you. If there's a lead and everyone's being a little prissy about, kicking in the door, I'll kick in the door and go in myself.
Do as you wish. I stand by my original claim. Do not hurt innocents.
I mean, if they start to attack me with weird shit, then I'm gonna attack back because that's called self-defense.
There is a grey area. Argius,
Mm-hmm.
you are obviously of military background.
Yep.
Shit.
You hold a curved
I need
blade.
to help Thunder real quick.
Maybe for this particular thing, I should hold another blade. It is kind of outlandish, but so am I.
As far as I'm concerned, I do not care about origins. The same I said to Zolafier. I care about skill. I care about a warrior, people who get things done. And I know Mr. Matthias very well. He is not the sort to discriminate. He is quite a kind man. Has his faults, but everyone does.
Mm-hmm. What do you
So?
want me to do?
Well, the same as Olivier. I think you being taken up into the guard of one of the houses would be the easiest way to infiltrate and gather some hints here and there.
So should you just apply and show my skill? Because that's good. However, before we do that, I want to check up with Xalavier and get our record straight. I really don't want him to... I really don't want him to get annoyed by some guards as they... I've read up on goblins and they don't really get looked upon very favorably, so I have to vouch for him. And I have to set the record straight with Xalavier so he won't get angry. I mean, last time he's a bit emotional and unhinged. And I hope that he'll listen.
Yes, nevertheless, I suggest we start at the Duanai estate, because the murder happened there.
Mhm.
Most evidence should be there. And with that,
I have a question.
yes.
Has the lady been put to rest already?
It's been 2 months, yes.
All
She
right.
was buried a week after it happened.
Very well. That was just my question. That was all.
We do respect the dead, sorry.
Yes. That was my concern.
So, Brenna, how do you fit in all this? You were
Well-
a priestess.
Well, I could be we do the Church of Kalimvor is also we also judge those that come to our god, and therefore we are equipped to properly investigate the dead, how they died, and so on and so forth. So my angle could be that I was sent there. Or
2 months is rightfully late, but given a bit of a silver tongue, it might work.
well, given that the guards never really cared, in your own words, perhaps you sent for a proper investigator
It's
by
not that
way
they.
of the
it's not
Church
that
of
they-
Kalimvor.
It's not that they didn't care. It's that they were incompetent. They're not
Exactly.
investigators.
Same. Still, that's still a good reason for you to go out and find someone to actually help get these affairs in order, so to speak.
As long as it gets you in.
It is not uncommon for a church to be called upon months, sometimes even years after death.
Very good to know. As that is your expertise, I'll leave that up to you. And then finally, Eyre. Applying as a diviner would be a bit of a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Perhaps I have an idea.
I have one too, but voice yours first.
She could be my assistant.
And you see Zalavier getting a bit of a like, you know, like a squint, it's just like,
Or, well, I mean, of course you are as well, but in the sense, or an acolyte. I mean, you do look quite a bit younger.
Actually, before I worked for the Duanai family, I was some sort of a handmaiden for a while. So I could be a personal servant, I suppose. I can wash clothes pretty well.
We have noticed.
I think a maid would serve as the easiest opportunity. And I think that way there's even less realization who you would be.
All right.
I mean, the servants haven't changed all that much, but for most you did not interact really much with them, if I recall correctly.
Does she recall correctly? Yes, she does.
As a DM, yes.
Uh-huh.
I'd say be wary of Lady Celine's personal maid before she passed. She might recognize you, but other than that, you should be fine.
Yes, I'll keep my head down.
When among her, keep your head up at all other times. Yes?
In the interest of time, since we're going over it,
Yeah.
shall we just skip to the teleportation and the arrival and say that's for next time.
Yeah, this was kind of the battle plan as far as I'm concerned.
I want to talk to Xalavier for a little bit, but that can also be next session.
Next session, please. I really need to
Yeah,
do
next
something
session.
and then go to
please.
bed.
There is some
Mhm.
time for you before you go to the estate.
Right, thanks.
Yeah.
So you again arrive at Lily's office.
Yep.
This time Arnalore knocks on the door, opens it, and she welcomes
I meant
you.
friend. I meant we skip this part and just say good night because I'm pooped, and I think Eb is also.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Leon is also. We're all a bit like brain mushed right now. So
My headache is slightly returning, so I need another paracetamol to just make sure I can go to sleep.
Okay.
so in that interest, let's skip this and just go for it because we're not doing this now.
Yeah, we can write down everyone's proposed action from just now and repeat it in the next session.
I
Exactly.
mean, we have 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
like relay it to me because I'm likely not going to remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
With that, one final question before you go. I take it you take the lead on convincing Lily to teleport you.
Yeah, I
She
guess so.
will, but she does expect a favor in return.
Yeah, it's never free, eh? Yeah, that's fine. I'll deal with that later.
Okay, I will note that down though.
Yay.
And that you are teleported to your hometown of Tragria somewhere in the afternoon. And we're going to end the session there.
Or start the next one there. Haha.
Alright, thank you all for watching. See you all next time.
All right. See you later, everybody.
Thank you all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.